So the new business models I'm talking about take a number of different forms. We have franchising, we have global supply chains, we have independent contractor arrangements, and we have the gig economy or platforms. These are challenging industrial relations today because each of these models undermines or distances employers from responsibility for legal minimum standards, minimum wages of workers, but also keeps unions at a distance, whereas unions traditionally were able to negotiate directly with employers. There are a number of different responses of industrial relations. What legal systems and industrial relations systems around the world are trying to do is to catch up with these business models which have evolved over the last 30 years or so. So we see attempts by unions, by regulators, if we take the example of the gig economy, to challenge the misclassification of workers as contractors and to enable workers to come together to bargain for better conditions. This is very difficult when workers are classified as contractors, but we see regulation around the world grappling with these problems, and we see some examples where successes are being achieved. In Australia, we have a strong tradition of over 100 years of fair treatment of workers in the workplace and a strong role for trade unions. That has been challenged significantly in the last 30 years with neoliberal market reforms. Most recently, we have legislation from a previous Labor government which a Conservative government is now trying to undermine, and also imposing very strict regulatory constraints on trade unions and their ability to effectively represent workers. So in Australia, we see many of the trends that we've seen in other countries over the last 30 years of attempts to erode minimum employment standards and the role of unions, but we also see innovative forms of unionism that are challenging these trends.